All right.
And we're here.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. We are back with another Creatively Awakened interview today. And I am with the lovely and glorious Rachel Cooley, who is just so delightful.
Thank you, Laura.
I've known Rachel for a few years, and she is an angel certification trainer, angel therapy practitioner, certified spiritual counselor, and angel mentor. That is quite a list, Rachel. And she helps women reconnect with their divine guidance and angelic support so they can thrive on a whole new level in life. And she has also co-authored a book called 365 Days of Angel Prayers, which has uplifting, healing, and comforting prayers for every day of the year. I love that. And she has a YouTube channel where she posts her weekly angel card reading videos. Yeah. And she also has some different ways that you can join her, and I know she'll share about those a little bit later, but she has an angel certification program.
Yes.
And I know she has an amazing event coming up that starts tomorrow, and I am super excited about that. So I know you'll tell us more about that.
Yes.
But just welcome.
Oh, thank you, Mara. Thank you so much for interviewing me today in your lovely, wonderful creative group.
Yes. So is there anything that you wanted to add to that or kind of elaborate on what angel guidance even is and what we're even talking about? I know for a lot of people, like I personally grew up Jewish, and angels are not a part of Judaism so much. However, as I have journeyed further down my spiritual, non-religious journey, pathway, whatever you want to call it, I have really connected with the angels more deeply and found that they're not religious.
Nope.
And I'm curious if maybe you could start off just by kind of sharing a little bit about that and maybe like debunking or sharing, you know, like what it means to even connect with the angels.
Yes, let's talk about all of that. So again, thank you, Mara, for interviewing me today. It's an honor to be here with all of you live or on the replay.
We are.
Ooh, there we go. That playback. That's okay. It's part of,
I know.
It gets you. Thing. So yes, when you just what you just said about the angels, I'm totally on the same page. The angels are non-denominational. They are here to help all of us, to support us, and to help us to thrive more in our lives. They are the messengers of God. They are completely unconditionally loving, benevolent, powerful divine beings, celestial beings here to support us and help us to make our lives better. As we know, life here on Earth can be intense, and it's been extra intense over the last almost year and a half now. So, I know. So we need this divine realm more than ever. And I feel like one of the roles that I play, Mara, is to bring the angels to more people. And I just recently called myself, and I feel like it's true. I feel like on some level, I'm an angel ambassador.
Oh,
yeah. I want to. Isn't it great? I got reminded of this download that someone told me years ago, like, Rachel, you're an angel ambassador. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I am. So let's talk about the divine guidance piece, Mara. What is divine guidance, right? This is getting divinely inspired messages. And I know Mara is very much into bringing in our intuition, into our creativity, into our art. And guess what? Divine guidance is completely a part of intuition. This is our internal divine knowing, as I call it, also our own divine inner oracle within us that knows our yes, knows our no, knows what resonates for us and what doesn't. You can also call this like a sixth sense, or our intuitive gut feelings, also our divine knowing or vision or hearing. These are all ways in which we receive messages from the divine in answer to our prayers, and also to guide us and support us in our lives. So really a combination of both.
I love that. And I'm curious, like, how did you get started on this journey, and how did they come to be such a huge part in your life?
Thank you for asking, Mara. Yes, it is a unique path that I've taken and that I've been guided to. So I would start out by sharing my story in that I was on my path of spirituality. I got introduced to spirituality from my awesome mom, and I'm so grateful to her. Yes. her life circumstances led her down the path of spirituality to seek solace and understanding of her life. And so she started studying spirituality, and she started sharing with me what she was learning. So I got really inspired, and we started reading not necessarily the same books, but spiritual books. I started reading them as well. We started attending talks together. And on my journey of spirituality, that's what led me to the angels. And part of it was, as I was becoming more spiritual, some of my friends were giving me books about angels. I'm like, well, that's cool. I'm getting angel books. And I got my first deck of angel cards when I graduated from college, a sweet little deck of cards that I went to seek solace when I was stressed out and worried. And that was like the beginning of how I started working with the angels. And then down my path in my life, I had an experience back in 98, which was right before the year when I really went forward with the angels, and they guided me to get certified that same year. Was I had an experience, Mara, where literally an angel saved my life and my mom's life. Do you want to hear that story?
I would love to. Yeah.
That was really a powerful story. It is a powerful story to this day. So it was November of 1998. I had just visited with my brother over Thanksgiving with my mom. We drove from California. We were driving back. We had just gotten into California, and it was winter, right? It was November, and it was a fairly busy road because it was like the Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend. What happened was suddenly the road conditions shifted dramatically, and we were suddenly I was driving on black ice.
Oh, yikes.
Yes. And what happened was I lost control of the car. I suddenly was sliding. And in my sheer panic, I went to brake. And I know you're not supposed to brake, but that's what my instinct told me to do. Mm-hmm. And in that moment, I had one of the most divine moments of my life. And I had this calm feeling come over me, despite that I was braking. And I heard an angelic voice in my left ear. And she said, "Get your foot off the brake." And I thought, what? Calm feeling, get your foot off the brake. And time totally slowed down, Mara. It was like totally one of those moments. So I took my foot off the brake, and it was a miracle. We were a couple lanes over from the right shoulder, and we dramatically, beautifully got over, didn't hit any other car. It ended up on the snowbank on the side of the road. And it was an absolute miracle. Yeah.
Wow.
So I was saved by an angel. Yeah. My mom too.
So I'm curious, because that is an incredible story. I love that. That's so magical. And I feel like that really speaks to just trust, trusting and faith and living a life of trust. And these stories that you're sharing, they kind of almost sound like the angels chose you. And so I'm curious, like, for people who maybe feel like they don't necessarily have an angel connection, is there a way to foster a connection, or how can we like get the support of the angels, even if we aren't necessarily feeling like they're choosing us and kind of whispering in our ear?
Oh, well, this is what I would share. They are available for all of us. Ooh. And how about this one? And it's true. We all have guardian angels with us. It's not just a nice thought. We really do. We all have 2 or more guardian angels with us our entire lives. So whether or not you're in regular communication or even have ever communicated with them, they are there to support you. These are your allies. And in order to enlist their help in your life even more, you need to give them permission to help you, essentially. Oh. So by saying, "Angels, please help me," even if it's like, "I don't know if anyone's there, but can you help me?" That'll work too. They need our permission because we have free will. In the case that I was sharing about that my sliding on the black eye story, I didn't literally ask for help, but if we're in a life-threatening situation and it's not our time to depart this earth plane, they will intervene. They will step in.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. Aww. Yeah. And so what are some of the different ways that their guidance can come in? Because you mentioned the hearing and like how will they speak to you?
Yes, let's talk about that. How do the angels speak to us? Well, they speak to us in many ways. One of them is through our intuition, which really is, I feel, also a combination of our divine knowing and our feelings. Mm-hmm. And they also speak to us through visions. Could be in a dream. This could be when you're sleeping at night, or in a daydream, or an image coming into your mind's eye, such as maybe you misplaced something and you get an image in your mind's eye where to go look, and you go look and you find it. Through the hearing. And the hearing could also include, beyond an angel whispering in your ear, it could be that you have a conversation and someone that you're talking to, whether it's a loved one, a friend, a client, a coworker, whoever it is, they say something to you and you know that was meant, it was a message that you were meant to receive. So there's so many ways that they bring us signs and messages, including finding feathers. We can be finding feathers when we're asking the angels for help. We find feathers, and this is like confirmation that they're hearing your prayers. And there's so many creative ways, Mara, that they bring us these signs and confirmation that they're really with us.
I love that. I had a moment on Saturday where I found a feather. Woo! And it was like, I had just like proclaimed something, and then I looked down and there was this like super bright blue sparkly. I don't know why I just said sparkly. I guess that needed to come through, but yes. Striped feather. And I was like, oh, this feather, this means something.
Yes, that's interesting. So I just gave you confirmation that feather means something to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Isn't that great how we help each other with getting confirmation?
Yes, I love that. Yeah. And even the knowing, like I can really relate to that knowing piece, and that sort of like, yes, even a shift where you might see the way something's written, and it might mean, the intended meaning is one thing. Like the other day I was driving on the freeway, and we're having this like massive heat wave in Northern California, and there's all these signs on the freeway, the like digital signs that they can change, and they say flex your power, which means, be mindful of how you're using your power. But yes, I could really feel that meant, like, I read it as like flex your power, like use your personal power. Yes. I really felt like could that be like an angel?
Absolutely. Method? That's one of the ways to getting a sign, because also it was your knowing when you saw that sign, what that message was for you. So really it's like the signs and our intuition, our knowing, our like, yes, that's a confirmation for me to step more into my power.
Yeah.
And to claim it.
I love that. I love this vision of the angels just kind of working in conjunction with what we're like moving through on a daily basis, and how this intuitive knowing can just kind of like ping down.
Exactly. It's really beautiful. And they want to help us to have more peace of mind as well, Mara. That's one of the big areas that the angels help us in. And of course, here we are, we're coming through really intense times, and it looks like we're probably gearing up again. We'll see what it manifests, right, as a collective, but they want to help us at any time, and especially during an intense times, to have more peace, to be more on purpose. And this is one of the big things that I'm extra passionate about, is, as you can tell, bringing the blessings and the light of the angels to help as many people as I can. I'm especially focused on women that are on the spiritual path, that are intuitives, healers, light workers, here to make a difference in the world. But really, when it comes down to it, whenever I do my messages, I'm just trying to reach as many people as possible that they have a divine angelic team and they can ask them to help. And why not even try it out if you haven't done it before? Ask them for help, see what happens. Yeah. And they're great for helping us to release and relieve fear, stress, and worries. That was one of the main things when I first started with the angels, Mari, that I sought help with, was relief from ruminating fears and stress and worries, so I can be happier and more present in my life.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. I could just really, just even like feeling that, and like taking a moment to just really feel that. Maybe you could just repeat that for us.
I want to repeat that. So I was sharing that the angels bring us peace. They want to help us to be relieved from our fears, stress, and worries. And they literally help us do that. And that's one of the things that I love to do, is taking women, my clients, through experiences, and my students with the angels, so they can feel and have this angelic experience of breathing in their angel's light and exhaling out the stress. It's very powerful. And to do it several times, it's very powerful. And they do want to help each one of us have more peace. Yeah, you just took that breath, helping us to have more peace of mind, because when we're more at peace, we're more grounded and we're able to be more on purpose. And I really feel that we are meant right now, more than ever, to shine our lights bright, doing what we're meant to do, to be fully on purpose. right here, right now.
Yeah, I love that. That's so beautiful. I just feel so much like resonance in your words. Like you just feel, you've always felt like this very, like your channels of the angels has always felt like very strong and direct. Like
yeah,
you're able to kind of like hone in so directly that it's just really easy to feel the connection, even with just like a simple phrase.
Great.
And I'm curious, like, how do you support women who are emerging healers and intuitives, and how do you support people and work with people?
Yes. Well, especially as you were just saying, the intuitives, the healers, the way I support them is a couple different ways. One is in my Angel Sisterhood group here on Facebook for Divinely Thriving Women. And that's where I have a wonderful event that's happening this week, Tuesday. I think Mara's going to put the link in this Tuesday through Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific. I'm having my divinely guided event, which is called 3 Angelic Keys to Confidently Embrace and Share Your Healing Gifts. So I have been guided to bring the series forward to help you to tap into more trust, clearer divine guidance, help you to reclaim your divine birthright blessings, and to be divinely guided on your path as a powerful woman, as a spiritual woman here to make a big difference in this world, right? Shining your light bright and just bringing it all together so you can be on your divinely supported path, so that you can feel the divine support of the angels, so that you feel that protection, so that you can live and serve your purpose even more with more strength and courage, and that you can also enhance your gifts, your intuitive gifts that are within you, and tapping into angelic power and guidance to amplify your whole path so that you feel more trusting and confident and on purpose. So I'm really excited about this series.
That sounds so powerful. And I put the link
in
comments for both of those, the sisterhood and the event.
And the event, if you'd like to get the opt-in emails, either way works.
Right?
Yep, that's right. And the other way I support women is with my angel certification program, where I bring them through a beautiful transformative experience. It's a 9-month experience of receiving the blessings and the light of the angels and learning all about them and how to work with them, how they bring you specifically messages and that help empower you so you can learn how to do this work. And you can learn how to do angel readings with the cards and with your intuition and with the healings that are available with the angels that I teach as well. So super excited about that. But
I love that.
Yeah, my next program starting later this summer.
Awesome. That sounds amazing. I would love to do that program someday.
Woohoo! That'd be great. I'd love to have you.
Awesome. And I'm curious, like, could you share a little bit about, people that have done your different programs and even your certification? Like, how have they gone on to use the angels in their life or business? And obviously, like, just connecting in the ways that you were sharing is very powerful, but I know that there's probably a lot of people that have gone on to use it in other, maybe some unique ways. And I'm curious, like, if you could give us some examples of, what it means to bring this into your purpose, or how people use it in their lives.
Yes. So really it's a combination. I feel that the women that have gone through my program and my clients, I'll talk in particular that the women who've gone through my certification program. Well, number one, they're able to receive the healing and the support of the angels to help them in their lives, to help bring more peace and purpose to them in their life, and to help them to be more on purpose. Some of the women that have gone through my program are coaches. And so they brought the angels, of course, they're more spiritually oriented coaches, but they brought the angels into their work as a coach. I have some other clients that have brought it into the work that they're doing to support other women entrepreneurs and tapping into the realm of the angels and divine guidance to help them to guide their client with that divine guidance.
Powerful.
It's so powerful. And then, like, personally, relationships, miracles in relationships happen when working with the angels. And that's happened for a number of the women that have gone through my program. And I'm just so honored to have been guided to bring my program to fruition and to bring these blessings to all the women that I've served so far, and that I will be serving with the next group of women that join my program. So it's wonderful to be on purpose.
Love that. I love that it kind of even sounds like it's kind of like a seasoning almost that people could add, anyone could add to their
Yes,
existing practice
absolutely.
and even make it like even more flavorful and nutritious and delicious.
Yes,
I
I love
love
all that
that.
you're sharing, Mara. It's so true. Yes, a
Yeah, like
seasoning,
food
a
is just
beautiful seasoning.
food, but then you add salt and it becomes this like magical, flavorful, magnificent thing. And that's sort of what it sounds
Yes,
like with the angels, where it can add just like such another layer to what anyone's
yes.
doing.
Yeah, exactly. It'll add to whatever it is you're doing in your life. Yeah. And then to start, let's check out this event. This event is free. It's happening again this week. Um, with the 3 angelic keys to confidently embrace and share your healing gifts,
Yeah,
and feeling that support of the angels, just starting out with that and see where you're guided to go from there.
yeah, I love
Super
that.
exciting. Yeah, yeah. But I love what you said about the seasoning and that these women who've gone through my program add it to whatever they're doing and it enhances. It's great. And you can
Yeah,
even just do it for yourself personally. It applies to whatever it is you're guided to.
I love that. And so
Awesome.
I'm curious, since this is a group about creativity, if you could maybe talk about how people can bring the angels into their creative practice, and if there's an angel that specifically oversees the creative realm.
Yes. There is, in fact, an archangel that oversees the creative realm, and
Oh,
that his name is long, but his name is Archangel Sandalphon.
oh yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, Archangel Sandalphon is the archangel of creativity. He's also the archangel who carries our prayers to heaven.
Oh,
So he's a great archangel to call upon when you're doing your art, and also our guardian angel. So really, when it comes down to, like, if you're curious to try it out with your art, the main thing, as I shared a while ago, is you need to like give them that permission to help you. So it could be that you're setting down to do your art, or you're wanting to get the motivation to sit down and do your art.
hmm.
Thank you, angels. Thank you, Sandalphon, for supporting me, giving me that motivation to make the time to do my art, where I know I always feel so much better when I do it. And you could also ask them to channel through their messages to you through your intuition as you're doing your art, and see what comes
Hmm.
through.
I love that. I can
Yeah.
even feel just in the way that you word these prayers, that alone is an art in
Yes.
itself. It's almost like poetry. And I could see
Yeah.
how learning that skill from you would be just a really powerful way to even word them. Because I'm like, angels, are you there? And you have these like beautiful, like flowing words of how to connect with them. And I
Yes.
want to reflect that back about how
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Mara.
it's
Yeah.
almost like listening to music.
Yes. Oh, you would love my meditations.
I'll have to
My
check them
angel
out.
meditations. Yes, yes. And also, as I'm in my 23rd year of doing this work. So I want to add that into the fact that I've been doing this for a long time. And like with
Yeah.
anything, like with our art, whatever we're doing in our life, the more that we do it and in our the passion that we have for it, I feel that it becomes like a strong part of ourselves. And prayer is definitely one of the main vehicles that I work with the angels in. And so that's why when I talk about the prayers, they're like boom right there for me, because I'm just so used to speaking to them through prayer and calling in
I
their
love
help.
that. Well, thank you so much for sharing how we can bring them into our creativity and how
Yeah,
to just bring them into our life and invite them in. I feel like you talked about you gave us so many amazing little tidbits just on this interview. And again, if there's any last thing that you'd like to add about the angels, and maybe
sure.
share one more time about your event. And I put the link in the comments. So anyone who's
Perfect.
watching this can find it there.
That's right. So I would share, Mara, that we are not meant to do life on our own.
Mm,
Beyond our friends, beyond our family, beyond whoever's in our life, we have a divine team to support us. And when we came to this earth, when we incarnated, we were sent with a divine heavenly team to be with us, to support us. So I would love to leave this interview with encouraging you, Mara, and everyone who's watching live or on the replay, to call upon the divine, whether it's angels, guides, ascended masters, whoever you're connected to, God, universe, spirit. whatever language works for you, to call in this divine realm to support you and to know that they're there with you by your side no matter what. But it's giving them that active permission to help you, in which they can step in and bring miracles forward to you in your life in a beautiful way. Beautiful ways.
Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome.
That is, oh, wow. I just love your words so much. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome, Mara. Awesome.
And again, sign up for the series. It's in the comments.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yeah,
we'll see
three
you there.
angelic keys. Yep, 3 angelic keys to confidently embrace and share your healing gifts tomorrow through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific. And I'm so excited you're going to join me there, Mara. That's great.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Mara. Much love to you all, everyone. Mwah. Angel blessings.